Alright, so what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm joined by Alex. First of all, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's been a bit boring without no football, but yeah, we live on.
So today we're here to do our Premier League predictions. So we're starting from AFC Bournemouth and we're going down to Wolves. So alphabetically, well, it's alphabetically stable for us, so we're not losing the plot and forgetting what teams we're doing. But yeah, I've gone to some crazy ass predictions. Alex, what about you, mate?
Um, Mine's more basic on the teams. Basically, the teams that were in the top half last season is pretty much like that, but just a little bit different.
Mine's like
So,
that as well. But I have got some stinkers for some teams and fans. Ali says hi, hi mate. So kicking off with Bournemouth, obviously they finished last season in 15th place. I've only put them a place over in 16th place. I think they are capable of seeing another season in the Premier League.
yeah.
They had some fantastic games last season. Obviously, a bit of a desired start of the season, as you know, that defeats Liverpool. But they have enough to say in the Premier League. And yeah, Alex, what about you?
I've put them in 15th. I think they're capable of staying up. Everyone was saying they were going to get relegated last season, but honestly, I was one of the people that put them in the bottom of the league. But for me, I think they had a great season last year, and honestly, they've done really well to be where they are now. So for them, I think they will stay up again.
Yep.
So yeah.
So on to our second team, which actually finished second in the Premier League last season. That was title contenders Arsenal, obviously bottled that 8 point lead like that, gifted City a title. And yeah, it was an okay season for Arsenal. It wasn't a successful season for Arsenal. As I've seen Arsenal fans on social media saying it's been the most successful season in United's, even though we won a bit of silverware. Maybe just to the Carabao Cup, but silverware, silverware.
I've got a question for you.
What?
Who's had a better season last year, Manchester United or Arsenal? Manchester United were by winning a trophy and getting top four, and obviously getting to the FA Cup final, or Arsenal for getting top four and not actually getting second.
United have had a successful season, more than Arsenal, I think.
Okay.
So I'm going to put Arsenal actually to drop into fifth place and get Europa League.
I'm saying fourth. I'm saying fourth
Fair enough.
because
No.
we're in the Champions League now.
Yeah.
But for me, I can't see Arsenal winning. I can't see Arsenal getting top two. I think they'll get third, and that means Europa League. I think Arsenal would possibly take Europa League because they know what it's like. Obviously, they've never won it, but we just have to see what will happen.
Now we are going to UNIM with Aston Villa. Finished seventh last season. Put them to finish in sixth place. I put them to finish a place higher. Alex, what's your thoughts on that? Villa to move up a place.
Nah, for me, I think they'll drop down a little bit because yes, they've got some good players in the team, but will they be able to cope? That is just my question. So
That is true.
for me, I've put them in 10th.
Now we're off to London. No Ivan Tony. We're off to Brentford. Now I do think they are going to struggle massively without Ivan Tony. Tom Frank's got a lot of planning to do ahead without Ivan Tony. And I've got Brentford to drop down 3 places. Nope, actually, I tell a lie. Two, I can't count. Drop down 2 places from ninth to 11th.
And for me, my thoughts on this, I've put I've put Brentford eighth. I still think they're gonna have a good season, but I think they'll just miss out on a Europa Conference League next season. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team, but when um, Tony's back, it'll be good. But the thing is, he won't have played. He hasn't played. He won't be playing until January. So for me, they need need to bring in possibly like 2 or 3 strikers in just in case.
Yeah. Now we're off to Brighton and Hove Albion. Now Brighton obviously started last season off under Graham Potter and didn't finish with Graham Potter. That's obviously because Potter left for Chelsea and got the sack. But I think Brighton will stay up. In fact, I'll put them to finish 8th place because they are in European competition and they'll be focusing on that. They'll do West Ham, I think. They'll drop off a bit, but still do well in Europe.
For me, I've put them in 7th. I think they've got a good team. They've got Evan Ferguson, quality player. Matoma, another great player. Yeah, I think they've got a great team. They've got some great young players upcoming. Obviously, they got rid of McAllister and obviously possibly Casado going to Chelsea. But I still think I still think Brighton have still got a great team, especially because they can bring some quality players in. I think they'd be all right for next season.
I think so as well. Let's see, a newly promoted team. We're off to Turf Moor for Burnley. Now, obviously, Burnley's first season back in the Premier League. I think they'll do really well. They've
Yeah, I
got an
think
experienced manager in Vincent Company who's won the Premier League, FA
yeah.
Cup, Carabao Cups, mainly everything except the Champions League. But I think Vincent Company knows the league too well. Captain that Manchester City side that won the title off United back in 2011-12 season when Aguero scored the goal. So I think he's a captain, leader, and warrior, like it says outside Etihad. That's what he's got Burnley up. The first time of asking,
Yeah.
put him to finish 10th, mid-table, 10th.
I've put them in
Oh,
13th, and
good.
I think they'd be happy with where I've put them. Obviously, because they're a good team. They've got some great players that are in the team. Obviously, they're going to try and nick some players from Man City. Obviously, because company's been at Man City before, so I think they'll have a great season. I think they will stay up. I think they're a good team. So yeah.
Now, unfortunately, another one of our colleagues who can't be here tonight, it's his team next. It is Chelsea. They did finish 12th last season, but Mauricio Pochettino is going to do wonders at that team. I've got Chelsea to finish in 7th place.
7th.
Yeah.
I've gone one better. 6th.
Fair enough. Obviously, that Chelsea squad was a mess last season. You know, Tuchel gets the sack, Potter gets the sack,
Yeah.
Lampard comes in return. It was just a nightmare for the Chelsea fans last season. But they'll be back in Europe. Don't have to be Champions League. You know, West Ham won a European trophy before City. So, you know. Right. We're going to take a trip to Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace finished 11th last season. They'll be around about the same area. So I'm going to put them 12th.
I've put them 14th.
I
I
mean,
just think they're an average team. Yes,
yeah.
they've got a manager that knows the club well. Obviously, because he's been there for a few seasons. Obviously, he just came back. Roy Hodgson. I think they'd be okay, but I don't think they'd be as good as what they were last season. Obviously, Zaha possibly on the move to the Saudis or PSG. I don't know. So yeah,
Now we're off to Merseyside. We're off to Goodison Park to potentially the last time. Obviously, this might be the last season. It will be the last season at Goodison Park before end of an era.
I
And
think they're
then
allowed to go. I think they're allowed to have it next season.
I don't know because the pictures looks like to me that it's going to take a bit longer.
Because when I went to New Brighton last week, you can see the new Everton Stadium, and obviously there's still cranes there, but that could be near enough done. I don't know, but
Yeah, that
I'm
is
not too
true.
sure.
I'm going to say one last season at Goodison, and then obviously moving to the stadium, new stadium. Who knows? If we could play Championship football in there. I'm only joking, Everton fans. I've actually gone and put you 4 places higher in 13th place under Sean Dyche. You'll survive the Premier League. You won't go down. You won't get European football. And 13th place is where you've been at for the last 2, 3 years. So I'm going to put you there.
Sorry, Everton fans, but I've put you in the relegation.
Ooh.
I just think you've had two great chances. You had two great chances to stay up. You done that, but I don't think it'll happen for the third time. I really don't.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got an okay manager, but I just don't think your play. I don't think the players are good enough. So for me, I will say Everton 19th.
And plus, when you've been knocking on the door of relegation for a few seasons, eventually that door does get opened and you'll get dragged into it like that.
Yep, that is why they're going to go down. I think.
So, we're off to probably the nicest old school London ground, and that's Craven Cottage. We're off to Fulham. Now, obviously, they finish a really decent 10th position, and I think it's second season syndrome. I think they'll be relegated. I'm saying 19th place. If you give,
What did you say?
I'm guessing this guy's a Luton fan. But yeah, Alex, Fulham, where have you put him?
I think they'll stay up with the likes of Mitrovic, and they've got some great players in their team. I think they'll just about. I think they'll be okay for next season. So I've put them 11th.
Now we're off to Jurgen Klopp's Merseyside. We're off to Anfield. We're off to Liverpool. Finished fifth last season. I think with the bargain that we just got with McAllister, World Cup winner, I think they could really start challenging again for Champions League spot. And that they're going to be in third place. They've got a fantastic bargain, and I cannot fault that. Put my hands up. One of the bargains of the season for the upcoming season so far. But I put Liverpool third. Alex.
I've done the same. I think Liverpool obviously just missed out on Champions League last season. Fantastic news for Liverpool, finishing not in the Champions League. Manchester United get top four, which is the best news ever. But yeah, do I think Liverpool will carry on to try and get top four? I think they will. Don't get me wrong. They've got McAllister in, decent signing, but I think with them, I think they need some more focus on their midfield, because I think that the defence is alright, but it's just the midfield that is a bit shaky. Because don't get me wrong, Henson is going to retire very soon, but I think they need a new midfield, definitely.
100%. You know, Jordan Henderson's a wonder to that club since when he first arrived.
He's been captain as well.
Yeah, been captain of Liverpool, lifted the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. He's won everything at Liverpool except the Europa League. So if Liverpool do win the Europa League, which I put them as favourites to win it, then Henderson's completed the trophies at Liverpool
Do
Football
you know
Club.
what? I'm going to have a punt on this.
Go on.
I'm going to say West Ham to win the Europa League. Why not? Why not?
Fair enough. Enough. Brad, my mate, is a
Because
Liverpool fan.
you
He
got to
just put
think. You got to think. Declan Rice money. He goes to Arsenal or Man United or wherever. They have money to spend on new players. Why not?
that is true.
Why not?
Now, we're off to someone's back garden for the next team. I'm sure we're all aware of it. Luton Town Football Club. Now, sorry, Luton fans, it's your first season playing Premier League football. Well, since the Premier League was formed. But I've unfortunately had to put you rock bottom. It's the hardest league in the world. It really is, and you play as a high championship level. Some are prem, but you need to get rid of those old championship players. Keep the ones that are prem worthy, and then make some good signings. Invest, because if you don't invest in the Premier League, it's a money and results business. This league, if you don't do it properly, like Leeds, you're down in the Championship, which was the best day of my life because the last time Leeds got relegated from the Premier League, I wasn't even born then. So watching Leeds go down made my day, and Everton stay up. That made my day. Alex, what about you, mate?
So Luton fans, obviously, you've only just came up to the Premier League, which is a great thing that you've done. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate your club, but I just I think they're going to be, I think they'll fall short on this. I think they'll finish 18th. I think they'll have, I honestly think they can beat some okay teams. I think they'll beat Spurs, because Spurs are Spurs. Spurs are Spurs. They're Spursy. They're crap.
The old Spurs away.
Yeah. So I think Luton will win games. I think they will, but they won't win as many as what they would want. But yeah, so I'm going to say them 18th.
You know what, Alex? The only team to beat Liverpool at Anfield went to the Championship. That was Leeds. And Luton are the only team
And
that's
that
going
was
to beat
Somerville with the goal.
Liverpool are going to lose to Luton at Anfield. Guaranteed. Horror shock. In
That
fact,
would
my
be-
mate,
That,
my
that
mate's a
would be-
Liverpool fan. He just put that. He put, what a story if you manage to stay
yeah,
up.
don't get me wrong, great story, but the team that you've got now, you need to build on getting new players. Don't get me wrong, your stadium is iconic for the away fans, obviously, because you can see someone's back garden, which is mental. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the likes of Luton Town versus Manchester United. That will be a quality game. I honestly think that, and I wouldn't be surprised if Luton beat United. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't.
Right. First, I'm going to shout out a Man City fan. I'm sure you all know him. If you don't, then get your head checked out because he is one of the most famous Man City fans, apart from MC FC lads. It is Big Steve, Man City fan. So obviously that's his team that we're doing next. So we're off to the Etihad. So shout out to Steve if you're watching, because I've been speaking to him on Instagram recently. And yeah, it's been a good chat. But obviously City won the treble. The season just gone, finished first place. Overtook Arsenal at 8 points back. There's only one spot we can put Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's up with his soft, that's on his position. City are the champions.
I think City will win it. I think they'll win it again. I won't be. I will not be surprised if they win the Champions League. I really wouldn't, because that team is just different gravy. I hate to say it, being the United fan, I hate it. I honestly hate it.
It's
Honestly.
painful, but it's the truth, though.
As long as United, but here's the thing: if United get to a final, maybe Champions League, I'll be for. I'll love it, but it's not gonna happen.
Right, now we're off to the real treble team without 115 charges. I'm joking, City
Oh.
fans. We're off to Manchester United. Now, obviously, we finished third last season. Um, Eric Ten Hag's first season has been okay. Old Trafford, Fortress, just our away record was a bit wavy. Obviously, losing 6-3 to Man City, losing at the Emirates, and getting beat off the worst Liverpool side I've seen under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Getting beat 7-0, that is ridiculous. It's a wild joke. Losing to Newcastle as well, drawing Spurs where we were 2-0 up. Yeah, and obviously crashing out Europa League in the fashion that we did away from home as well. So I think if Ten Hag can work on that, his away form, and obviously keep the Old Trafford, as I say, Old Trafford record going, I think we'll finish second place.
Yeah.
Alex,
Same as I'm a United fan. Last season was good, but obviously with the Ronaldo saga, which was ridiculous, Casemiro being a quality player, I think United will get Champions League next season. I don't think we'll win the league. I don't think we'll win just yet, but things will change, especially with the possible new owners being the Qataris. That would make my day because get some great players in, maybe Mbappe, someone like Mbappe. I don't know.
I think we'll get
Neymar.
Mbappe for a free. You know, when he's not signing the contract, when that runs out, I think we'll get him for free.
So I'm saying Manchester United finishing second.
Yeah.
I've said that from the start and I've said it now.
I mean, true. If we can combine that away record with our Old Trafford record from last season, it's going to be a successful season for us. Because realistically, who did we lose to away? Leicester, that was it, who ended our unbeaten run away from home. Beat us 4-2. Greenwood will be like sod him.
No,
Right.
we'll talk about Greenwood. My thoughts on Greenwood. He's a great player, but from what things have happened in the past, and them things are not true, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We can't say how it is, but he's a great player. For me, would I have him in the team? For me, I think he would go out on loan. That's what I'm thinking.
You still have your Greenwood shirt? I didn't win it.
I just can't. I'm sorry, but I'm not bending a Man U shirt.
Fair enough. No, it's just like loads
Hey,
of people.
but
play
here's
it
the
and stuff
thing.
like that.
Here's the thing. If Mason Greenwood is playing for United next season and he actually gets us to win a trophy next season, I'd be buzzing. And he
It'd be a
scores the
story.
winner.
It'd be a story because what's happened is all that's come up, and obviously they're expecting a child, aren't they? So that baby was conceived when them two weren't allowed to get in contact with each other. So this is why it's all messed up. But if Mason comes back, performs like he was, in the 1920 season, be good. Right, we're off to Newcastle. They finished fourth last season. I think they're going to do the same again. They're obviously going to get more experienced players in. Eddie Howe's going to know what he wants. I think it'll just be a repeat of last season, but Newcastle could potentially win like an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Saying that. Because Eddie Howe has obviously transformed that Newcastle side from the relegation side to play the Carabao Cup final. Unfortunately, they fell to Man United and we won it, but that's what I think.
My team for Newcastle where I put 'em is fifth. They had a great season, obviously, getting to the final of the Carabao Cup, playing against my team in Tranmere Rovers in the second round. I thought when Tranmere played Newcastle I thought Tranmere Rovers were the better team in that first half. They had chance after chance. We got the goal, scored early, got the goal. Great atmosphere there. Honestly, when Nevitt scored, it was quality. But for me, Newcastle, obviously getting to the final, which is fantastic for them, and for them having some quality players, the likes of Sven Botman, Bruno Guimaraes. Them players are going to be class next season, and they're going to finish fifth.
Now we're going to Nottingham Forest. Finished 16th last season. Survived. Don't finish a place out of the 15th. Alex is knackered already.
Thailand. Forest. So, I've said Forest, 16th.
Same
I just
position
think they'll
last
stay
season.
up. I think they'll stay up. Obviously, someone that I know said Forest 7th.
Nope.
Not a chance. So, yeah. And that is Pete, if you know him.
Yeah, Ipswich fan.
Yes.
Oh, that guy says the most stupidest predictions I've heard in all my
Yes, I
life.
know.
I went on your live one time.
Hey.
What did he put? He put Plymouth to finish like in playoffs or something. I'm like, they've all just come up to the championship.
No, he didn't. He
Why did he
said
put them?
he said Plymouth won't get promoted. But what I said to him was Plymouth will win the league. I said that from the start of last season because I think Plymouth are a good team. But for me, next season, I don't think they'll be as good. But I think they'd be fine for relegation. But I don't know, depending on the signings they bring in. So for me, I've put Forest in 16th.
Right, so we're off to South Yorkshire. We're not off to Sheffield Wednesday. We're not off to Josh Windas's side. We're off to Sheffield United. Now, obviously, like Burnley, first season back in the Premier League, they're going to struggle without the main man that they've lost. Unfortunately, now he's moved on. Legends of Sheffield United, you know who I'm on about. Get the comments in, Brad. You know exactly who I'm on about. Alex knows
Where's
as
he
well.
gone? Where's he gone?
I don't know. I'm not seeing.
I've heard the likes of Bradford and Doncaster were linked with him.
But anyways, yes, Brad, you got it spot on. Mr. Billy Sharp. But anyways, Jesus, I'm dying.
For me,
It's about 90 degrees in this room. But anyways, Sheffield United just to survive on the final game of the season, 17th place.
I'm sorry if you're a Sheffield United fan. I just think you're a tin pot club. I'm sorry to say that. You've got a nice ground, but you're just a tin pot club. You go up, you come down. You're basically like a BTEC Norwich. So I'm going to say 20th.
20th rock bottom. Now we're off to the worst team in North London. That is Tottenham Hotspur. Now Tottenham, like Chelsea, had a stinker. But Harry Kane carried that team. He's the only one that cares about the team. You know, he'll go down as a Tottenham legend, top all-time best top goal scorer, so for England as well. So he is world-class player.
The Tottenham legend that hasn't won a trophy.
That's what I was just
A bit
about to say.
embarrassing.
He is a legend of the game, but he's got no trophies to prove. That's why he needs a move. United, Bayern Munich, anywhere but Spurs. Because
He's not going. He's not going.
I know,
Which
I know.
is stupid.
That's the thing. It is stupid. If you want to win trophies and you're a player like Kane, go somewhere else. Go Bayern, go England, go Man United, go wherever. Just not Spurs because you're not going to win anything. You don't want. The last time you did something, yeah, Man City didn't have all the oil money. But that was 15 years ago. So it'd be 16 coming the end of next season. So it is a bit embarrassing. But Tottenham, I'm going to put you to finish one place lower in 9th place.
You may as well just take my words out. I've said ninth as well.
Fair enough.
I just,
Right.
I just think they've got Benson Cole, good player. Kane, good player. Son, good player. But I think Spurs need a good manager. Postecoglou, I do not think it will work. I think he'll be gone by the Christmas. So
Is that your first Premier League manager sacking?
probably, I think.
I'm going to say thingy. Paul Hemingway to get sacked from Sheffield United first. And you know what? You know what? I'm going to say is he gets sacked. Either Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard will go there. That's what I'm saying.
Next team.
Next team, obviously, just won a European Cup before Manchester City. Those bubbles are still blowing. We're off to West Ham. Now, West Ham finished 14th. I've kept it the exact same. Only because obviously we've got Europa League, and I think they want to do well in Europa League, obviously to make up for last time. So get out of the block this time. So I think they're going to do the same. Finish 14th, but do well in Europe. Alex?
I've said 12th. I think by watching West Ham for the last few weeks, I just think they've got a good team and they've got some good players. And for me, I think they could be a dark horse next season for the Europa League. But you never know. They could have a good season, and that is what they will want next season. If they will and get where they want to be next season.
On to our final team, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, they finished 13th, and I think they're really going to struggle this season. Think about who's going. Put Wolves to go down because you look at Leicester. Last season they got relegated, but the season before they finished in a similar position as Wolves have finished this season. And I think Wolves, time's up in the Premier League. It's time to go back to the Championship. Alex?
For me, I've been to Wolves Stadium, quality stadium. I've actually got a few. I've got two. I think got about 2 Wolves shirts at home. But for me, I think Wolves are a good club. They're going to lose like Neves, Moutinho,
Yep.
and everything. And Sarr's not been that great last season. So for me, I think they'll just want to stay up, but I don't know. The manager they've got is decent, but they need new signings. They need new players, not just Portuguese players, because
Exactly.
it does not always work.
Portuguese FC, I used to call them. But yeah, I do think Wolves will struggle next season. Alex has obviously done the Wolves Stadium tour. If you want to watch it, then go to his channel and have a look for it. Because it's somewhere in the archives, because he's uploaded more videos and Man City won Champions Leagues. Just had to have a little dig at City, didn't I? Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wolves will struggle, obviously, like Alex said, the players exiting. Will they find good replacements?
Neves to Barcelona, possibly.
That's a rumour because I've seen it on Instagram before.
Yeah, I've seen it as well.
But yeah, that's it. What's your Europa League winner, Europa Conference League winner, and your Champions League winner?
I'm not saying Liverpool. You know why? I hate them. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Brighton.
Brighton Europa League, Europa Conference League.
Don't even know who's in it. I'll say
Who?
Villa.
Champions League.
I don't care what people are gonna say to me. Manchester United to win it. Let's make it 4 times.
Right, so we're doing Alex's Europe. I'm going to do my Europe. And here we go. So, Champions League, obviously going back Man United, but realistically, I think the team that's actually going to shock quite a lot is Barcelona next season. I think they will. Can't be crazy, but I think they will.
I think for the Real Madrid, Bellingham.
True.
Real Madrid's new home shirt is fire. Fire.
I think last season's is nicer. The one I've got.
I haven't got it, so I don't know, but yeah.
But yeah, I think Barcelona are going to win the Champions League. I'm going to put a bet on it now because I'm stupid like that. And you know me with bets after my last YouTube video. Because Alex, what did you have to do?
Man, say sure you had to buy one.
Yeah, so basically, if you didn't see my last video, I put a bet on with my mate Luke. He's a Man City fan. I said, if City win the Champions League, I'll buy a City shirt and wear it. Obviously, praying it into one.
How much does it cost?
75 quid. Yeah. Well, yeah, hoping in to win. But because Lukaku had been drinking before the game, he couldn't find him back in the net. And they lost the Champions League.
Yeah, so.
Lukaku, shame on you. You used to play for this badge. Yeah, this. But okay, so we've done Champions League. I think Barcelona are going to win it. I'm going to put a bet on it. Europa League. I'm going to say Arsenal to drop out and get Europa League. And Conference, I'm going to put Villa to win it. Right, Carabao Cup and FA Cup.
I'm going to say Newcastle United.
For which cup?
Carabao.
Carabao Cup, FA Cup.
Man United.
Right. Obviously, I agree with Alex on the FA Cup. I'm going Man United. I'm going to go with shock. I'm going to say,
Tranmere Rovers.
Alex, Tranmere Rovers will be National League coming the end of next season.
Never won.
Right, FA Cup United. I'm going to go with shock. Burnley to beat Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. And Vincent Kompany wins his first trophy against his former club.
Right, here's a question for you then.
Saying it now.
Do you want to do a bet? You're up for a bet?
What's the bet?
If Tranmere... You're saying Tranmere to get relegated. Do you think Tranmere will get relegated next season?
Keep up your away form.
Do you think Tranmere will get relegated next season?
I think your mind's going to get that.
Right.
You should
Do you
never
think
go
Tranmere will
that.
get relegated next season? That is my question.
Keep your manager throughout the entire season, yeah. But sack him off and get someone else in. He'll stay up. It's just because your away record the past 2 seasons has been terrible.
Okay.
You've gone for an easy, cheap option
I know.
like that.
I
So
know.
it never works with former. What do you call it? What was your manager before? It was assistant, weren't it?
Yeah,
you have
Dorsey.
Yeah. When you have your assistant manager, you get him as full-time manager. They do well
want me
one
to-
season and then get
Do you
relegated.
want me to do mine on my channel now?
I thought he was watching Portugal at 7:30.
Nah, I can do both.
Alright, but what was I saying actually? Yeah, like with Rothschild and Barry Murphy, obviously he used to play for us, then become our assistant manager, we got him full-time manager, he did well with us one season and then got us relegated. So that's why he never opted for it. But it is what it is. So if you guys enjoyed that video, remember to like, comment and subscribe if you're not already. I will see you on Merseyside for the blue half of Merseyside for Goodison Park.
When you're doing that,
July.
who you going with?
Just myself.
Right.
Yeah, right. I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit.
In a bit. Bye bye.